Hi, and welcome back to Armchair Pundits. Today we're doing an extra episode, seeing as we had the little mishap with me saying that Liverpool had the worst weekend, forgetting that Kane had left to win trophies and then failed to win a trophy in his first appearance at Bayern Munich.
Tottenham
So
jinx.
he brought Tottenham to Bayern.
Tottenham
Quickly.
jinx.
Spursy, mate. Spursy.
So,
3 bits.
Spursy.
Listen. It didn't matter which way that went, bruv. Tottenham was going to get some banter over it. He
He
went
was
there.
staring at that trophy.
Kane's won a trophy in less than 24 hours.
yeah.
If they don't win, Kane's Spursy can't do it. Supposedly the German press and fans got in his case as
Overjoyed.
well already. Like,
So in his case.
yeah, that his performance wasn't great when he came on.
Bruv, he came on as
Was
a
he a
sub.
sub?
He was a
So
sub.
not even just that. Man has basically been in less than 24 hours before the game.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
wild.
I
Man
heard
trained
the
in the
otherwise, bro.
morning for the first time.
No.
The morning of
The-
the game.
the-
I heard otherwise. I heard that they were late.
The German league and the Bayern fans, yeah, but the press
Oh,
trying to get onto it already. Like after some of the press was causing the havoc in the first place, but supposedly is some of them.
You
are
know
not,
why though?
not sure about it.
You know, the German teams are not supposed to be able to spend that amount of money with their whole.
Not only that, Bayern are not liked, bro.
Yeah,
Bayern are like
they're not.
Juve. Like everyone
Yeah.
else that's not a Bayern fan hates them because they always win. They always bully teams. They always take their best players. So now they've got someone who, for them, was their biggest target. They've managed to spend more money than they've ever spent on one player before, and they're gonna find anything they can to throw mud at them. So I'm not surprised. But anyway,
So
Back to
it's
Kane.
finally happened.
How'd you guys feel?
There you go. How you guys feel?
How'd you guys feel?
I'm okay with it because we didn't have anything more to offer him, in my opinion. Obviously, personally, he might be chasing the Premier League record, but he should have gone 2 years ago when we were already kind of after we kind of just gave up on Poch. I think Kane was already thinking about the next thing. We bought in Mourinho because we thought we could win something, and when we did have a chance to win something, we sacked him. So as a player, what does that tell you? You have a chance to win a trophy with a manager that's known for winning trophies, known for winning finals most of the time. You sack him the week of the final. So to me, I think we were in danger of losing him a long time ago, and we've not at any point put a team, given Kane a team to enable us to actually push forward. There are games which you can say, he hadn't stepped up in finals and whatnot, but that was throughout the team. Kane is not someone that can take the game by the scruff of the neck and win it by himself. He's never been that type of player. So it just shows ineptitude on the side of the chairman and the board and all of the people that are in charge of recruitment, because we haven't done anything to make him want to stay and believe that we can win trophies, and that's why he's going.
So do you think quickly, would you say that you think Tottenham have stopped Harry Kane from being what we would call world class?
No.
Nah.
I don't think we stopped him because he's proven at all levels that he's capable. Champions League, World Cups, European Championship. He's proven his quality. I think we just haven't surrounded him with the quality after we got to a certain point in 2018, 2019, when we got to Champions League final. We were on the process of losing players who were also looking to go on to win things elsewhere or better things, like Dembele, Eriksen. Ali was on the downward spiral. All of those things. We never ever bought players that were at the same level or above those guys, and that's the problem. We ended up getting players that were not as good and still persisted with having just Kane and Son really, and expected them to carry the team, and they did. We were lucky that we had both of them, and they had a telepathic relationship on the pitch, but it's really down to the chairman, man. He knew this was coming, and we haven't even succession planned, and that's the biggest thing, that we knew it's coming and we just haven't prepared for it.
Daryl?
For me, like Leon said, we've never like we all as Tottenham fans we all say that like the managers never get backed. We don't back the managers. To be honest, we never backed Kane by giving him that next level. You know, when you've got a player of that quality, you need to bring someone in to then up the levels. Like Leon said, we never brought anyone in on the level. And I'm not trying to say that there's many people on the level, but in other positions, you never brought in to support that, to back him, to take us to that next step, that finishing touch, that final piece of the jigsaw puzzle. We never did that for Kane. We kept promising him things, and Levy's promised him a whole lot of stuff, and obviously gone behind, back on his word. But the truth be told is that we've got to this situation because it's got here, because now we're in a situation this season where we're not in Europe, so we're not even able to provide him European football. We're finished 8th in the league. There's teams that are spending and improving ahead of us, so there's no guarantee that we're going to be able to get back up there and challenge for the Champions League, which is the ultimate cup competition that he wants to be in. And it's been evident from the start we're never going to sell him to another Premier League rival, so that wasn't going to happen. Levy would rather let him go on a free for that. And Bayern, realistically, the only clubs that were out there, they were talking about PSG, but I don't think he wanted to go there. That's even more of a farmers league than the Bundesliga to most people. So,
do you think that's what it was?
I think it's like internally have got problems as well. That's probably what put him off. Whereas Bayern, they cleaned house, man. Bayern cleaned house.
And I think that Kane fully believes in himself and backs himself, and he thinks that if he's the missing touch for Bayern in the Champions League, he could potentially win the Champions League with Bayern. I think that's the big. I don't think people talking about going to win the Bundesliga title, he's guaranteed it, this and that. I don't think that's his dream. I think he would like to go to Bayern and potentially win the Champions League, and I think that he's capable of doing that. And I think Tuchel has had a massive impact in him going there as well, because I saw the interview when the footage when he came into the team, and he's like, he's here and he's so happy and I can't believe it and this and the other. And we know that Tuchel wanted him when he was at Chelsea, so I think that's made a massive impact in him getting behind, get the club to back him and bring what he wants in. And I think that's what he feels like. Yeah, that's the final touch for Bayern to challenge in the Champions League and possibly win it. So, for me, it just goes to show what state our club's in. Now, we can look great in terms of having a great stadium, fantastic training facilities and stuff like that, but Poch said it years ago, there's no point in having all these things in a nice house if you don't put in the right furniture to make it look the part as well. And Levy's got a lot to answer for. We know how stubborn he is. There was talk about him trying to even scarper the deal to Bayern last minute.
I heard about that in the morning.
Get on the plane and stuff like that. And that's just pure Levy antics. If it's true, that's just Levy antics, and that's what he is and what it's like. But at the end of the day, I'm happy for Kane that he's got his wish. He's got to go free and try and chase dreams elsewhere, because he deserves to win stuff, and we're not at a stage where we can potentially give him that to win stuff. Maybe a cup if we're lucky this season. If things go well and fall in our favour, because we haven't got Europe to play for. But is that enough? Is that enough for him? He's chasing World Cups. He's chasing Champions Leagues. Golden Boots. So would winning the FA Cup or Carabao Cup at Tottenham, other than cementing his legacy at the club, be enough for him? I don't think it would have been. So the fact that the club's managed to get 85 million raised into over 100 million, depending on add-ons and stuff, that's good business by Levy. I'll give him that. It's good business. But why have we even got into this position,
mate?
If I'm,
who you spend it on?
huh?
Can't hear you properly.
Who do you spend it on? So you now have.
Can't hear you.
The thing is whether that money was spent already, or whether that money's going to be spent now. I'm not sure. But like Leon said, it's a case where like having the contingency in the plan for him going, it didn't make sense. Now I don't care if people saying, Andrew's come out and said, before he got there, Kane had already made up his mind and this, that, and the other. And so if that's the case, then why is Kane playing all the time? Why is Richarlison not playing in the system and getting used to it and stuff like that? If you knew he was going, if I'm honest with you, if I was Kane, I'd have been like, you know what, I ain't going nowhere. I'll play out the last
Maybe it's because they weren't sure whether the money.
No.
But you weren't sure if the money was gonna come through, or was he just gonna accept what they offered.
James. Kane. Kane gave us the last parting gift, and it was a lovely parting gift because he didn't have to go. He could have stayed. He really could have stayed, and he could have gone to any team in the world that really wanted him. Even if, obviously, there's teams that already have a striker, but he would have had his pick of any team for free, and he left when he didn't have to. People are obviously saying, "Oh, Bundesliga, it's not this, it's not that," but I think that was right. I think Bayern Munich are always in with a chance of winning Champions League, and that's the reason why he's gone there. And Bayern create chances all the time. You never see a game where they don't create anything. It's more about being clinical, and he is a clinical striker. So for them, it's a perfect signing. But he's done us a favor. He really has done us a favor. And Levy is lucky. That Kane has been honest, because most other players wouldn't have been. They would have been like, look at Mbappe now. He's like, I ain't going nowhere. I don't care what fee you accept. I'm not going. And he's free to make his own choice. And PSG have had to now come up with a plan to make sure that they don't lose him for free. But yeah, for me, he's done us a favor here.
I also think that Kane's a smart guy and he's not silly. I don't believe he would go to Chelsea. Obviously, Liverpool never shown no interest, and I don't think he has the confidence in anyone in the Premier League realistically challenging City for a title. Because if you're staying, you've got to be staying to win the Premier League. Otherwise, you might as well stay at Tottenham. Or you're going to play in one of those clubs that have got a chance of winning the Champions League. And realistically, the only club that you can say, if you go there, you've got a high chance of winning the Champions League and you've got a high chance of winning the Premier League, will be Man City. Simple as that. That's real talk. So the fact that Haaland signed when it should have been him that season has changed everything for him. So now he's got to look outside the box. How can I, achieve stuff that I want in my career? How can I win titles? How can I play in the Champions League, get goals, score records in the Champions League, and potentially win it? Bayern was realistically the best option for him. Just truth be told.
He took his whole family.
His family, his family, and his brother. Everyone's come. He took his whole family, both sides. I was like, wow. But you never really hear that much
about who goes with them. You maybe hear your wife, but his mum, his dad, his brother, her mum, her dad, the whole team have gone to Germany. So it should help with the integration for him there. So I give him credit.
I think his family unit, his missus, the kids and stuff, his family unit's tight. He's not going to have no problems out there. Again, the other side of things is that he's going to a club where realistically they know how big he is, and they're actually excited about him joining, and they know his potential of what he could do. He's gonna get respect at Bayern from players around him, and they're gonna feed him and they're gonna get him goals and stuff like that. They've seen what he's capable of, and at the end of the day, they want him to succeed just as much as he wants to succeed. So I think he'll be fine there. To be honest with you, it's a crying shame for our fans, and it's upsetting that he's gone. But like I said, for me personally, I'm okay with it because we've got the money. Fair play to Levy for getting that money. Because I can tell you now, after the stuff that Levy did with promises and stuff like that, if I was Kane, I'd be going for them free. But I think, like Leon said, he's done that for the fans. And, it's upsetting for fans. A lot of fans have lost it. But at the end of the day, truth be told, in my opinion, is as a season ticket holder, There ain't no one player that's bigger than the club. And as much as we all love Kane and he's been a legend and stuff like that, truth be matter, if the club get 85 million and it gets invested correctly, which I can't promise that it's going to, that's the best deal for the club and us as fans, rather than him going on a free leaving and us having to watch him do stuff at another club in the Premier League and be upset. It's bad enough seeing Poch at Chelsea, for me personally, because of Levy and his stubbornness. But, now Kane's overseas at Bayern. Hope he does well, wins the Champions League, gets what he deserves. And, yeah.
What about his speech, the speech he did on Instagram, and he was saying at the end, this is not goodbye, blah, blah, blah. That's real?
That's standard speech, bro. It's a standard speech, and at the end of the day, yeah, he'll be back at the club. We'll be back playing football at the club, but it's a different thing. But he'll be back at the club. He'll be an ambassador like Leslie King. He'll do whatever he's come back. He'll come back to do. So it isn't goodbye. But whether he's going to come back and play, we'll see. Bale came back and played, too much to our surprise. But then, really, at that point, I don't think he's really too interested in football realistically, other than Wales.
Yeah, true. Yeah. It is sad though for the Premiership, but
Yeah, it's a win. It's a win for the Bundesliga.
You never know if he wins what he wants to win in Germany, and he can be back in a couple of years. He's not one of them players that's relied on pace. So even if he came back at 33, 34, if he's
for how much team, he's gonna come back. They was shot him for how much? He's got bought for 85.
I don't think the price will matter.
At what price?
I don't think the price will matter.
Well,
it'll be 20 million.
His value will drop right then. 3 years down the line, his value will drop, bro. So that won't be an issue. It's more about whether he's still got the fire and ability to come back and break the record, and whether he goes to a team that can give him the supply in order to score those goals. Because
47 goals.
That's 2 seasons minimum, realistically.
Yeah,
he's gonna need 2 seasons to get that. Definitely
2 seasons.
He can do that. Even if, like I said, goes back to Tottenham, he can be a backup or go somewhere else. He'll get 47 goals in 2 seasons, or 2.5 even, then retire.
Andy Cole and Shearer are smiling right now, though.
Yeah,
of course they are. Shearer said they'll drive him there if he needed to.
There's the memes of Shearer as the pilot on the plane as well. Shearer's happy, and I don't care what people say. He's he backs Kane and he likes Kane and this and that. Bro, he's a selfish guy, bro. He wants to keep that title.
Yeah, he don't want to lose those records.
He wants to keep that record himself. He don't care. But he could come back, like you said, 2 seasons. You never know. Even if it took him 3 seasons, if he came back and was, say he didn't have options, to come back to one of the top teams in the league. Not saying that we wouldn't be a top team at that part, but even if he came back to us and it took him 3 seasons at Tottenham to get that,
don't matter. He might just play on until he gets it.
We had that.
He doesn't need peace.
Back in the day, showing them and
exactly
them old man there. So. You never know, man. You never know. Hopefully, we would have moved on by then, and we won't have to think about doing things like that. But
I'd be, if I'm honest with you, I don't want to be in a situation in 2-3 years' time where we're begging Kane to come back to us like we were doing with Bell. I want us to have moved on and evolved past that. Truth be told, and Kane wants to beg to come back to us rather than us begging him back. That's where I'll be. That's where I want to be.
Right. Last question, quick answer. How many players do you think you need to fix the gap that Kane has left?
To me, you need
for the squad, not just for goals.
No.
For the whole shebang.
I think you need 3 players, and
the
reason is Kane is But I mean, we need 3 players to chip in with the goals that's wedded by Kane. I don't mean that who we have already, because those guys have been here and we know what their tallies are like. So we need Son to be the 15 to 20 goal season Son. Kulusevski has never been a high goals ratio type of guy. We need Maddison to step up with 10 to 12 at least. Richarlison needs to do better than scoring 3. I think it's 1 in the Premier League. and 3 in total. So he needs to step up and score double figures, plus anyone else that we bring in who we've mentioned already, Gif Orban. That was saying Eze, I think it's a long shot, but that's the kind of players we need to get goals from. We need to get goals from other areas.
Everywhere.
We were over-reliant on Son and Kane. Now we need to score from various. It's great that Romero and Emerson were scoring our goals, but we can't rely on them to get goals from set pieces.
You shouldn't have to.
Emerson scoring a shot from outside the box when he can't normally shoot. He can't hit the barn door normally, but it was a great.
But he's now playing inverted. He's playing inverted right back now, which is quite interesting. That he scored from there as well. But he's Brazilian, so he's going to have the techers.
For me, I want the Kane money spread amongst the squad in a way that it bolsters in the areas that we need. We need a centre back. That's what I want to October. We need a raw, out-and-out, pacey striker that gets shots off to play in this kind of Ange Ball style that he wants to play. That's Gift for me. He's the one that's out there at the moment that's young, talented, with a high ceiling. So take that. And for me, we need creativity other than just Maddison. Madison's great for the creative view, set pieces and stuff. But we need someone with that bit of magic, that bit of difference, a bit of class.
Would you take anyone from Celtic?
Like that.
Would you take anyone from Celtic that he had?
Well, nah.
That Kyogo or anyone like that did well?
Nah. No? It's Scottish League. Nah, bro. We might as well bring back Carter Vickers if that's the case then, yeah?
Why not? It's better than Sanchez.
Celtics don't have Henrik Larsson and Liam Petros no more, mate. There's no Liam Petros and Henrik Larsson in Celtic no more, bro.
Vickers is not
better than Sanchez.
It's not better than Sanchez, bro. As much as Sanchez isn't great, like he's not, bro. Don't be silly. Sanchez would look like flipping Maldini in a flipping Scottish League, bro.
8th, yeah?
Yeah, well.
If we don't get a striker, definitely 8th. If we get a striker, then you never know. Maybe a 6th.
Richarlison's got to turn into...
He's got to turn into the Brazilian.
Something he's never been.
That's what he needs to do.
Something he's never been.
Nah.
You never know.
You never know.
The best time he was at club level was at Watford, and that was a while ago, realistically.
When he was unknown.
Yeah.
He caused his problems and ruffled feathers like he did at Everton, but, he hasn't done nothing else realistically. So, we'll see. We'll give him time, innit? We'll give him time, but at the end of the day, my list is based on, like I said, spreading that Kane money and fulfilling areas of the squad which need improvement. Simple as that.
Okay. Well, this has been
all good.
The Kane show. To see how you guys felt, and obviously you're not devastated because obviously you expected it to come, and it's more of a case of you're hoping that Levy does the right thing and uses the money wisely. So time will tell. We'll see what happens at the end of the transfer window and see how happy you are by then. Okay, cool. Take it easy, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Take it easy. Peace.
In a bit.
Yeah.
Bye.